Hi guys, so today I have been asked to do a Snapchat Q&A takeover for the Musical Theatre Appreciation Society. Now I'm really new to Snapchat and I'm still coming to terms with how it works, but I am loving it more and more as I go. So this is all a bit scary and all a bit new for me. So I thought I'd film it just to see what happens, because I'm not even sure what's going to happen. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of me on their site. I don't know if anybody cares about me, but they've asked me to do it. They've asked me to do a Q&A, and I said yes. So let's see what happens. Okay, so I've just logged into the Musical Theatre Appreciation Society Snapchat account, ready to go in about 10 minutes. I've had a message come through from my tech support, so there's going to be someone here to help me as I go. They've asked me if I'm excited, and I've said, I'm not sure if anyone will know or care about me, but let's see. I'm excited but a little scared I won't get any questions, which is the truth. And they said they had one last week from Broadway, someone from Broadway, and they were all worried about it, but it was one of the best takeovers they'd ever had. So maybe mine will be too. Okay, that's comforting. That's comforting. Anyway, so I've got about 10 minutes to go. I'm going to get some water, I'm going to make a cup of tea, I'm going to do my makeup and my hair, and then we'll go, see what happens. Okay, so I've scripted a little introduction because I'm really bad at coming up with things on the spot. Okay. Hi guys, I'm Ed from westendwilmer.com. It's a London theatre blog. I'm here for the next hour answering any questions you might have about theatre, blogging, or me. And now, I guess we just sit back and wait. So Louisa has asked what's my favourite musical. I think if I have to pick one, it's Wicked and Kinky Boots. They're the two that I see most often. And another question. Tracy's asked what's my favourite part about interviewing people, and it's just nice to meet kind of people that you've respected or admired over the years that you never thought you'd get a chance to. Oh, I'm having a few come through now. This is getting exciting. Harry, who's your favourite Elphaba? Oh, Harry, who's my favourite Elphaba? It's really, really difficult, but I saw Alice Fern, who's the understudy, last week, and she's the best I've ever seen. Becky asks what's my favourite play. She's going to see Harry Potter. I think Harry Potter's one of the best plays I've ever seen. Also People, Places and Things, and The Nether. Marky asks if I will interview Rachel Tucker again. I interviewed her a couple of months ago about her upcoming tour, but I'm sure I will interview her again in the future. Harry asks if I've ever seen a showstop or a mishap on stage. I think my favourite mishap was seeing Glinda throw her wand into the audience accidentally. Pete wants to know who is my dream cast for a musical. I don't know. I'd love to see Angela Lansbury do something, and I recently saw Patti LuPone on Broadway. So these are a few of my stagey things, some of my dolls, and my Sweeney Todd mug signed by Imelda Staunton and Michael Ball. That's a couple. So these are a few of my stagey things, some of my dolls, and my Sweeney Todd mug signed by Imelda Staunton and Michael Ball. So these are a few of my stagey things. These are my stagey teddy bears from The Bodyguard, Little Voice, Mamma Mia and Memphis. That's Tyrone, Beverly, Race and Tanya. Becky asks what show I would like to bring into the West End, and I think it's a real shame that Carrie didn't transfer into the West End, so I'd love to see that. Chi Chenoweth, I haven't seen The Addams Family yet. I'm hoping to see it in Wimbledon next month, so I don't know what Samantha Morimac was like. I did see the cast perform one song in rehearsals from the Addams Family though, and from what I saw, Sam looked great. She sounded great. Great. This is my special W mug for Wilma that my friend Chinchala, who inspired me to start blogging, gave to me for my birthday one year. So it's one of my mugs that I use. Here you go. One of my guilty pleasures is Tipping Point. I always watch that if I'm at home, and Chase. I usually fit in with my schedule before I go out in the evenings to shows. So I will put that on and watch it until I get more questions.
You've come agonisingly close. That's £400 to put in. Add that to the 50, and when we take it there, only £50. Adnan is leading at this stage with £1,400. Rachel.
Becky wants to know what show I think is underrated. I think Love Never Dies, the sequel to Phantom, was very much underrated, and also Viva Forever, the Spice Girls musical. People have been having a go at me for years for saying that it was good. It was okay. People have been having a go at me for years for saying that it was good. It was okay. It's a true story. Viva Forever. Girl power. Louis or Lewis wants to know what I think about Sweeney Todd. I love the show. It's probably one of my favourites sometimes, and they do the best pies in London. Lol. Willie. The inspiration behind West End Wilma was a friend of mine used to call me Wilma and said, why don't you start a blog? So I started a blog, and because the name Wilma sounded like an old lady's name, I used that and a picture of old lady, and then it kind of all took off from there. And it wasn't until 5 years later, in January this year, that I decided to come out to the world and reveal that I'm actually Wilma, so that I could do things like this. Louisa wants to know what I think makes a star. I guess you've just got to have the X factor at the end of the day and be dedicated. Becky asks who my favourite interview to do has been. I would say the nicest people I've ever met are Nadim Naman and David Hunter. Let's hope they don't ask who my least favourite people are I've ever met, because I'm not sure I should say. Wait till my book comes out one day. I'll say it all in there. Okay. Hannah wants to know my favourite and least favourite songs from a musical. I'll pick Wicked. I love everything Nessa Rose sings. Nessa Rose, I think, is one of the best parts in a show, and her songs aren't on the CD, which is a real shame, but they're my favourite in Wicked. My least favourite song in Wicked used to be Wonderful, which the Wizard sings with Elphaba, but the last time I saw it, I really enjoyed it. Got out that one. Lauren wants to know how I got into blogging and how I became so successful. Her words, not mine. In one of my previous snaps just now, I say about how it started. I'd say Twitter is the reason it started to get a following, sharing information on there, interacting with people and letting people know that you're out there. Becky wants to know if there was a fire in my flat and I could only save 3 things, what would they be? It would be my 4 teddy bears that I showed you in a previous snap, and all of them. True, not leaving any of them behind. None of them. Lily Lukizes asks if I like Les Mis. I love Les Mis. I've seen it countless times in countless productions. I've got a good little fun fact here for this one. The first time I ever saw Les Mis, interestingly, was in an all-men's high-security prison performed by the inmates. True story. Harry Smith wants to know what my favourite show is that isn't in the West End. Chicago is one of my favourite all-time shows, and I'm really sad that that's not here anymore. Becky asks what my views are on Hamilton. I like the music. I think it's going to do very well. I don't think it will do as well as it's done in America, though. Harry Smith has sent me a picture and said, I love Shikigi. I love Shikigi too. Lauren Philpott asked what my thoughts are on the Wicked movie. I'm really excited for it. I'm mortified at the idea of Nicole Scherzinger playing Elphaba. Lauren Philpott asked what my thoughts are I look really great around here.
I'm really excited for it.
The light's much better.
The idea of Nicole Scherzinger playing Elphaba.
Lauren Philpott. Unfortunately, Nicole Scherzinger would be great, but she's about 20 years too old for the role. Okay. Harry, do you prefer West End or Broadway? He sent me another lovely little picture there of himself. I don't know why he's hiding his face. Maybe he's incognito. Do I prefer Harry? No, do I prefer... Harry asks if I prefer the West End or Broadway. I think they're both very different and I like different things about each of them.
Harry asks...
Not a great answer, but it's true. And you can't answer it in a snap. Maybe I should do a bend and snap. God. The emails never stop coming. I get hundreds of emails every day. So if I don't reply to ones that you send, I'm sorry. Sophie Wood, what do you think makes theatre so special? Sophie Wood asks what I think theatre... No.
Sophie Wood asks what I think theatre... No.
Sophie Wood asks what I think makes theatre so special, and I think it's the fact that for 2 hours you can shut off your troubles in the world and just immerse yourself. Chloe wants to know what I think of Rent. I love it. It's probably not one of my favourites, but it's got some good songs in it. Okay, so that's that. It went quite well, I think. Hopefully I can edit this into a fairly reasonable short video from the last hour. Check me out on Snapchat, West End Wilma. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and leave me a comment to let me know if I bored the hell out of you in this video, or if you thought any of my answers to the questions were interesting. If you've got any other questions for me, I'm always happy to answer them. You can tweet me, Facebook me, Snapchat me, anything you want to know. I'm usually around just watching Tipping Point.